Everyone, and welcome to Grammar School. I'm your instructor, Terri-Ann, and today we are going to be talking about the verb to be. It was William Shakespeare who once said, "To be or not to be, that is the question." And the be that we're talking about here is the verb to be, not the insect shown on your screen, but I thought it was cute. Today, we're firstly going to start by looking at some background information related to the verb, the myth surrounding this verb, the rule to follow when using this verb, some examples, and then some exercises. Are you ready? Now, the verb to be is so important in almost every conversation that we have in English. And it can be used as an auxiliary or a helping verb or the main verb in a sentence. But what does the verb to be mean? Well, it can mean several things, but two of its uses are one, to mean equal to. So I am a girl. And secondly, can also mean located. For example, London is in England. What is the myth surrounding the use of the verb to be? I don't know if you've ever heard this, but people say that all verbs are action verbs. Is that true? If all verbs are action verbs, then how do you be? You just be, right? Being is not an action. So, what is the rule? Drum roll, please. So, the truth is that the verb to be is not an action, but it is what we call a stative verb. So not all verbs are action verbs, but some describe states and experiences. For example, if I say I am a teacher, that is a state. That is who I am. How do we conjugate the verb to be in the simple present? Well, if we're using I, we say I am. You, in the singular form, we say you are. He, she, it, we say is. We are. You, in the plural form, are, and they are. How does this look in the past? Well, for I, we use was, and for he, she, it, we also use was. But for all the others, use singular and plural, we and they, we use were. Are you ready for some examples? When I'm introducing myself, I use the verb to be a lot. So I say my name is Jem. I am 35 years old. And in French, it would have translated to I have 35 years old, but not in English. We say I am 35 years old. I am from Madagascar. This is my husband, Jordan. We have two children. They are twins, and their names are Love and Peace. Do you see how many times we use the verb to be just to introduce ourselves? And even when we're talking about the past, we tend to use the verb to be a lot. So I would say, I was a doctor before I retired. I was 30 years old when I moved to Canada. We were very young when we got married, and they were very quiet babies, and you were my best friend. Are you now ready for some exercises? So for these exercises, you're going to complete the following using the correct form of the verb to be in the present. So number one, Jack and Jill gone up the hill. The cow on the moon. Mary and I, little lambs. You, smart, kind, and intelligent, and I, a promise. What form of the verb should we use for these? Don't forget to check your answers in the quiz section below. For the second part of this exercise, you're going to complete the following using the correct form of the verb to be in the past this time. So, I, a medic in the army. They, always a good team. John and I, at the movies. Heather, in the restroom. Mr. Knuckles, a kind man. And remember, you're using the verb to be, and you can always check your answers in the quiz section below. And that's all, folks. Don't forget that the verb to be is so important for most conversations in English. And for the present form, it changes in a variety of ways. So I am, you are, he, she, it is, etc. And for the past, we only have two changes for I was and he, she, it was. But all the rest are followed by were. That's all for today. Have a great day, and I hope to see you next time.